happy at the end of this week. Who else is glad it's Friday? I know I am. It's been a long week. But you know what? I'm here to do something crafty with you, have a little bit of fun, and let you know it's all going to be okay. God's got this. So in the meantime, let's talk turkey. This cute little guy, isn't he just fun? You'll never believe where I got this. You know, I say it all the time. Every time I go into Dollar General, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, any of those small convenience thrifty stores, I always run in, I always pass by the seasonal section just to see what they have out. And I found this cute little wood cutout. Now he's thin, okay, he's not very thick. He's like, that's probably 1/8 of an inch. He's pretty thin, but he cost a whole $1, right? I got this little guy. I got an acorn shape. I think we did that earlier a few weeks ago. I did an acorn, and I think I got a leaf too. I don't think I've done that. I've got several Christmas cutouts. Yes, they already have Christmas stuff out. But this little guy, I wasn't sure what we were going to do with him, but figured it out this morning, believe it or not. I had an idea, and I kind of worked on it already on the back side. I'll show you that in a minute. But don't forget, I got this Dollar Tree. Make sure you check out their seasonal section. I see comments coming up. Let me see. I got to squint because I got bifocals. And the camera's like way back there. Hey Jana, what's up? Happy Friday. So yeah, I got several different cutouts, $1 Dollar Tree, so check them out. And we're gonna get started on this little guy. They have Christmas stuff out already, like I said. I love me some Christmas, and I'm ready for some Christmas, but I always want to give Thanksgiving its due. It is the month that we focus on our blessings, counting our blessings. So important. If you're on our email list, I put out a monthly, it's kind of like a monthly blog, and that's what I talked about, was counting your blessings. If you're not on our email list, you should go up. There's a link at the top of our Facebook page, and click on that to subscribe, because not only did they get you know, a mini blog, they also got some major discounts for the upcoming Christmas season, so y'all need to check that out. All right, what I'm doing first and foremost, it came with some twine at the top. I just untied that and I'm pulling it out. We're gonna reuse this in a minute. So what I wanted on my turkey, I had this bright idea this morning, over coffee. Isn't that when you have your best ideas over coffee? That I wanted to do a chevron pattern, or if you don't know what that is, it's like zigzag lines, like Charlie Brown lines, right? The zigzag. And I thought, you know, I could freehand it. That wouldn't be too difficult. But because it was an odd shape, I broke out my ruler. Yes, I said it. I broke out the ruler. I know that that's hard to believe, but I did. So let me move my water out of the way. So I broke out my ruler, but I really didn't measure, so don't panic. All I did, I took my ruler just to get the lines kind of straight and make the zigzag pattern. I just kind of lined it out towards the edge. That you're gonna have, you'll see I'm lining it up, but I still have some of the little feathers out, and that's okay. I just lined it up one way across as best I could, and I drew a line on one side. I'm using a pencil, a mechanical pencil, just because to me you get finer lines, and I'm really lightly drawing the lines. I'm not putting any pressure or anything like that. I don't want to leave a dark mark because we're going to paint over this. So just really lightly draw your lines. And so you may not be able to see because of I'm in a window, so the light's kind of, there it is. So I just drew the lines one way, and I just repeated that all the way down, going the same direction. And then what I did was I came back across this. Let me draw one more. So I just lined it up. So all of my lines, you know, were the width of, well, I kind of got my finger in that one, the width of the ruler. And now you don't have to do this. If you think you could freehand the zigzags, then you go for it. But I wanted mine to kind of be not perfect, but a little straighter. And I didn't trust myself, so see, I just drew multiple lines in one direction. And then what I did to get the zigzag was I came back and did it the opposite way. Same thing, just drawing lines the opposite direction. And then you just line it up with your last line and come across. Whoops. So then you're gonna get, it's gonna look like a checkerboard. And then all you have to do for the zigzag is when you paint, you're gonna come down to, up to, down to, up to, like that. That helped me. Let's see if I can show you a little bit better. Again, y'all might be expert chevron drawers. I was not, so that's why I did it this way. If you guys have a different idea, you probably could tape it off, but I didn't want to go to all that trouble. I thought, you know what, a pencil and ruler will work too. And it's a little quicker. I think once this gets painted, we're gonna do something with it at a Thanksgiving. I'll tell you that a little bit later. I think the kids, it'll be like a kids activity. Do y'all do kids activities for Thanksgiving? Or have a kids table? Our family comes in from Louisiana, so our grands will be here, so we'll have a house full of kids, which is super exciting. So see, you're gonna end up with checkerboard pattern or crisscross, and then what you can do, let me make it, is you'll just do, I'm trying to see where to start. You just pick any spot to start at, and you just go 2 across and 2 up. So then you could just put little marks in there, and so you know which ones to paint. Super easy, great way to get a chevron pattern, not hard, and then it's pretty mindless when you paint. I was trying to think of the word. You don't have to worry about, am I going, you know, am I messing it up? Let me see, comments. Lindsay, I got this cute little turkey cutout at the Dollar Tree for $1, sister. I got this. I got an acorn shape. I got a leaf, like a fall maple leaf shape. And then they also have several like Christmas sayings that are super cute. $1. So you can't really, you know, mess it up. Now, I will tell you, I did put paint on the back side of this. I'm fixing to show you. I did not realize, the only thing that you have to watch for on this type of wood is it's very porous. So when I started painting it this morning, I was just going to do like a little test strip. It soaked right in. So you want to put some type of sealant on it first. Just spray it with a sealer or put a light coat of Mod Podge over it before you paint it, and then it won't soak as much of the paint. You won't have to put so many coats of paint on it. But I ended up having to put a few coats. So, and then I sprayed a sealer on it, and we're gonna put another coat on here in a minute. So this is what it looks like when you paint your chevron pattern. Isn't he cute? Look how cute. I can't get him straight. Let me get him straight. Super cute. And you can still see in the white, I still have some lines, but that's okay because we're gonna paint over that here in a second. So not hard to do, and again, you might have a different way to get your chevron, but I didn't trust myself to freehand it because it was such an odd shape. If it would have been a square or a circle, no problem. But like I said, I didn't trust myself. So, Lindsay, yes girl, $1. Y'all do not forget about the Dollar Tree. They got some stinking cute stuff in there sometimes. Now I'm using flat brushes for this as opposed to, you know, a regular round brush that you might line or write with. I'm using flat brushes, or you can use a sponge, whatever works best. So we're just gonna go ahead and go over the white again. Even if I wouldn't have the pencil lines on there, it's super soaked in the paint. So like I said, I had to do a few coats before I realized, hey, I probably should have put a seal on this first. Especially since it's just a inexpensive pine. Sometimes it's really porous and soaks in the paint. So it's always good. You always have to prep your paint, your wood before painting. Words are hard. All right, so we're just gonna go over our white chevron. I think we might have to go over the khaki. I'm using a white, and that's just a plain white, and then this is a khaki color that I'm using. So we're gonna paint over that. And then we're going to add a bow to this. Of course, it's not a craft unless it's got a bow, right? So we're going to do this. So let me take a look at some comments. Lindsay. Cool. Celebrating Thanksgiving with friends. That's fun. All right, so I'm just following the lines. See, so this kind of takes the, I think I said mindless, but this just takes the work part out of it since I had already made the pattern. Then I just get to paint and not stress about it so much. All right, so I'm thinking, let me tell y'all what I was thinking about the kids activity. I could put this, it's gonna have a little hanger on it when we're done. I could hang it in our dining area, but I was thinking I would put it on the kids' table with some Sharpies and let them write their blessings on here. I think that would be fun. I think that they'd enjoy that. Usually we have a blessing jar at our house. If you've never heard of that, we have a jar. It sits out in my kitchen on the buffet all year, and it has little strips of paper in it, and there's a couple pins in there. And people write their blessings on it all year. Whether it's, hey, you know what, I aced my math test, or it might be, you know, I got nominated for homecoming court, or I got my driver's license, or it might be something funny the kids said, or a trip. It could be anything. So people write their blessings, and it's people that live here, and it's people that just come here. One time I had a friend, they were just visiting and left a special blessing. But we don't read the blessings until New Year's Day. And it's just a fun family activity to reflect back on the way the Lord has blessed us through the year. So that's our blessing jar. And so I thought, well, what a fun little way for the kids at Thanksgiving when, you know, we should be grateful every day and express our gratitude every day. But, you know, at Thanksgiving time, that's our main focus, the way the Lord's blessed us. So I thought it would just be kind of a fun way to incorporate that for them, to get to write on something. So it'd be kind of like a little interactive thing at their table. I wanted to point out too, you do have to watch this little guy. I don't know if you can see two of his little tail feathers. It looks like something they got broken somehow, or maybe they just came that way. You know, they were damaged when they got to the store. So all I did was I took my little sanding block and I just kind of rounded the edges. So you can still tell if you look hard enough, but it's not as noticeable as it was. So, all right, so we're just gonna go, we got a little bit more white to do, and then we'll touch up the khaki part. So yeah, I think I'm gonna let them write their blessings on it, and then it can we can display it over the weekend while they're here. And it's always fun too when you do stuff like that with your kids to save it and reflect the next year to see the growth. So fun. Do y'all have any Thanksgiving traditions as far as our blessing jars? We love our blessing jar, and it's a great, everybody in the family loves that. Even when our parents come for New Year's Day, they get in on it and put their blessings in there before the jar gets read. Alrighty. So since we're talking about Thanksgiving and we've mentioned Christmas, who's already started Christmas shopping? I think I asked this last time and nobody had started yet. Thanks, Miss Janine. I had an epiphany this morning with this chevron pattern. It's like, that's what I want to do. We have our list from our kids. We've done some online research shopping, but we haven't actually bought anything just yet. But I will tell you that we went to gym this morning, and on the way home, seriously, Christmas music. I was so excited about it. All right, let me see some comments. Janine says, popcorn kernels. Each dinner plate had 3 popcorn kernels, and we went around the table. Oh, hold on, let me see if I can read the whole thing. Maybe not. It won't let me pull up your whole comment. So I'm assuming you went around the table and everybody said 3 blessings. I'll have to go back and read it. So cool. Those are the best things the best traditions that people remember. All right, so we got the white. All right, now we're gonna do the khaki, and then we'll make a bow. So that. Alrighty. Well, that didn't do what I wanted it to. Okay, there it goes. My brush was not doing what I wanted it to do. That happens sometimes. So it looks like, I'll touch this one up a little bit over here. I'm just going to kind of hit it where it looks like it needs a second coat. Which isn't everywhere. So I also, Christmas, let's do some announcements. I think I've told you guys this, but in case you missed it, if you are planning to order anything from us for Christmas, just with shipping, carrying supplies, all the things, orders this year is December the 8th. So if there's a custom order you've been thinking about, milling about in your head, or something that we have in our, online listed in our shop, go ahead and get that ordered before December the 8th to ensure that you have it in plenty of time to wrap it and get it under the tree or get it to where it needs to go for Christmas. And also, every order between now and that deadline will receive a free Christmas ornament. And they are super cute. It's little wood slice ornaments, and in white we have painted little sentiments. Christmas, I remember all of them, I'm sorry. Lauren says Thanksgiving is always with our whole family, watching the Macy's parade, to playing football, waffle ball, and basketball. That's super exciting. We love the Macy's Day Parade. We also love, I don't know, that y'all might think I'm a geek after this, but we love the dog show. We love that. We watch that every year after the parade. Try to guess who the winner's going to be. It's amazing, like, what those trainers, like, what the dogs can do. We are just floored every year. And it's kind of cool because it's almost like now you get like all the backstories of the trainers and the dogs, and it's kind of cool. Or at least we think so. We love all the animals, but we especially love the dog show. And the retrievers are always my favorite. The Labrador and that category. All right, so I've kind of touched up everything. Like I said, this little cutout, even though it's super thin, it was super porous. So it just kind of soaked up the paint. I'm going to try not to. So that's what it looks like after we painted it. Let me kind of get him straight for you in there. So, isn't he cute? So cute. This is what we started with. And I used a ruler and just drew the crisscross pattern and kind of mapped out my chevron. I put like dots in the like made a line with dots in each square, and then I made a line with like triangles in each square, and that's how I got the chevron pattern. Super cute. This would be almost a cool little project with the kiddos, like doing patterns for anybody that's homeschooling. All right, I'm gonna move this over here and let it dry for a hot minute, and we're gonna make a ribbon. Now, I usually do, my go-to ribbon is called a refab bow, and or my go-to bow. Brooke Riley with Refab made these, and they are super stinking cute. What do I do with my ruler? And they're super easy to make. I can do a bow where you wrap it. I'll have to show you how to do that one time or a different time. But this bow is super fast, super easy. Even if you're not crafty or you don't think you're crafty, anybody can make this bow super easy. So I'm gonna do my bow probably about 8 inches. That's what I'm gonna make. We're gonna go 9. And I'm not like, if it's not exactly, you know, I'm trying to get it close. I just kind of have that ruler down there for a guide. It's not going to make or break your bow if it's a centimeter off one way or another, so don't panic. So I'm using burlap. I'm just going to throw this on the floor. It's a good place for it. So I'm cutting out, I'm going to use several different ribbons. I'm cutting out 2 of each ribbon. So I did 2 strips of plain burlap ribbon. This is wired. I prefer doing it with the wired ribbon just because you can shape it a little better, but it doesn't have to be wired. I have some other ribbon up here that's not. I'm going to do some of this beautiful black and white like gingham. I got this at Hobby Lobby. All of these ribbons I think came from Hobby Lobby with the exception of one. If you catch, I don't know, I've shared this before. This is another tip. I'm going to cut this second color ribbon just a little shorter than the first. Again, it's not going to make or break. I just like it because it kind of tapers your bow in. Anyway, my tip for Hobby Lobby. You know, you can always have a 40% coupon going, looking up on your phone, and it will bring up coupon as one of the options. And you can always, on their website, there's a 40% off coupon. You get 40% off of one item that's not on sale. Hallelujah for that. But if you're a frequent flyer at Hobby Lobby, then you know that a lot of times they have stuff on sections will be on sale 50% off. Well, if you paid attention, then you also would know that, let's say ribbon, the ribbon section, it's 50% off this week. Next week it won't be 50% off. Maybe the candles will be 50% off next week. Well, then the week after that, the ribbon will be 50% off again. So they alternate weeks. So many sections are 50% off on one week, and the next week several other sections will be 50% off. So they rotate them out. So just pay attention. If you're vying to get a set of something, you can, you know, buy so many on one week at 50% and go back and get the other half. You know, you can work it to your advantage. So, but just know every other week the sections are 50%. I don't know if that's yay, that's a good bonus for you, or if that's a problem that I know that, because that means I go there too often. You could look at that 2 different ways. I'm just going to go for the first option. It's definitely a bonus for you and not a problem for me. All right. In other big news, put this down here. I told you guys we were going to make a little fun announcement today. We right now have our shop over on Etsy. We love Etsy. We love having our shop on there. We will probably continue to have a shop on there, but we also are working diligently on our own website. So soon, hopefully very soon, in the next few weeks, you will be able to shop our signs at EllieGrace'sAttic.com. So, hallelujah, we're super excited about that. All right, so I've got all of my ribbon cut for my bow. I'm not sure what's going on with the camera or the internet. It's being a little weird. All right, I've got some pretty orange, just sheer ribbon. I've got some mustard yellow burlap, this beautiful black and white gingham, it's a burlap, and then we've got regular burlap. So now I've got my sections cut. I'm just going to put them in an X pattern, crisscross pattern, and I'm just going to keep alternating that. We're going to, super easy, like I said, the easiest bow ever. Thank you, Brooke Riley with Refabbed. All right. These are all the fall colors. Now, I didn't use any greens or anything like that because if you've watched me for any length of time, you know that I did a banner on my mantle, and I had the black and white mustard yellow, so we're kind of playing off of that. So we've got all of our ribbons stacked, and now we're going to kind of grab it, and I'm going to use this piece of twine that I pulled off the turkey at the top. Alright, and we're going to just kind of put a finger in the middle and pinch it, and we're going to flip it. Well, I've got to put this first. Hold on. I got ahead of myself. That happens sometimes. There we go. I'm going to lay this across the top. It's kind of curly, so it's, there we go. Now we're going to pinch it, grab our little tails, and flip it. There we go, Lois. And we're going to kind of flatten that out. There we go. We're going to pull it as tight as we can. It's okay if it's not perfect because we're going to shape it up once we get this tied. Just pull it as tight as you can, tie it in a knot. There you go. And then we're just going to kind of flip everything over and shape it up. And then we're going to put, I have a button to put in the center. We've got the little tails. The cool thing about the wired ribbon is you can kind of shape it. So if not all your ribbon is wired, that's totally okay. But like I said, it's easier to shape and kind of curl, pull it. Alright, so this is what we have right here like that. Isn't that super cute? And I'm going to add a ribbon, a bow in the center of our ribbon. A button, I'll find my words in a minute, in the center. And then we're going to trim up. So I'm just using an old khaki colored button. It kind of matches the color scheme we have going on. I'm going to just put some hot glue right in the center. And I'm going to press my button down. Kind of put a little pressure on it there. For just a second, and we're going to trim off some of these rough edges here. So cute. Rick Rack 2 is a super easy way to add some fun and dimension to your bows. Plus it kind of ties into our chevron pattern that we have going on. So here, oops, I got some glue. Here's what our little bow looks like. Isn't that super cute? So now we have those little tails on the back that, okay, the glue keeps wanting to come along. We're gonna get our turkey. We're gonna come back. I'm debating on how I want to do that. Let's see if we can't. I'm thinking I might just hot glue it down instead of trying to tie it, but we'll see. Let's see if we can get this guy through there. I'm just going to kind of thread it back through the hole. Maybe. Maybe not. I think I am going to go ahead and put some glue on it too, though. I'm going to kind of tie it in a knot. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm changing my mind. Hold on. I don't like it. So I'm just going to kind of ball up, tuck in my little tails right there, and I'm going to hot glue it on here. It wasn't doing what I wanted to, so I'm going to kind of go right below the little hole so we don't have a mess. And we're just going to glue this guy down. Still leaving that hole open so we can put some wire or something in there to hang it up. So cut this guy. All right, and there we have it. This is our cute little Thanksgiving turkey. Isn't it sweet? With our refabbed bow, super cute. And I'm gonna let the kids use a Sharpie and write their blessings on that at Thanksgiving time. Isn't that cute? All for just $1, y'all, at the Dollar Tree. How fun and super easy was that? Just painted. And remember, we used our ruler, made that crisscross pattern, and then we painted the chevron on there. I used khaki and white, and then I just used some fun ribbon to make our bow. Super easy, super affordable, and I think the kids will love it at Thanksgiving. So I hope you had fun doing something crafty this afternoon, talking turkey. Don't forget Christmas deadline, December the 8th. Free ornament with every order, and don't forget to keep an eye out looking for EllieGrace'sAttic.com. We'll be launching that hopefully in the next few weeks if all goes well. So happy Friday, friends. Remember, God's got this. He's in control. Hope you have a blessed and happy weekend. Love you guys.